Now you can see that I have implemented the network like this, and I can go and advertise some networks into BGP table on AS54. Actually, I have already done that. If I go to backbone 1, you can see that I have advertised 6 loopback interfaces using network command into BGP table, and on switch 1 I have done the same for the 3 loopback interfaces. Now I go to, for example, router 1 or switch 2 that are in AS16 and check the IP BGP table. Now you can see that I can reach to AS54 using 2 different paths. The first path is internal, it goes through switch 2, and this is less preferred. Actually, this is because it is internal, and the second path goes externally from router 2, and it goes to AS54. So this is the preferred path to reach to these networks. Now I can change this behavior in different ways. The first thing I want to do is to set the weight for the routes that I receive from switch 2, or set the weight to switch 2 itself. This will change the behavior, and you know that the weight attribute is locally significant. It is not going to be advertised to other routers in the same AS. So let's go and start using a route map. I create a route map, set weight, and this route map set weight sets weight to, for example, 60,000 to whatever route that I receive from switch 2. So if I go to router BGP16 and assign the neighbor 66 a route map like set weight, and tell to BGP process to change anything that it receives from switch 2 and change the weights. Now let's clear IP BGP neighbors softly and check IP BGP table again. You can see that any routes that I receive from switch 2 has a weight of 60,000. The next hop is not changed because it is the default behavior in IBGP routers to not change the next hop. But you can see that it goes through switch 2, and it is because the routes have a bigger weight. And of course, this is on my BGP table. It is not going to be advertised to other routers. This is one way to change the weight, and you can do this like this. I'm going to remove this command. Of course, I'm going to remove route map as well. No route map set weight. And again, I'm going to clear IP BGP neighbors again to see the result, and go back to my previous behavior. Now I can go to router BGP process, and instead of assigning a network route map and change the routes that I receive from this router, I'm going to set the weight for the router itself. So I can go and assign a router, for example, 65,000 weight to router 6, that is actually my switch 2, and then clear the BGP table. Now if I show IP BGP table to you, you can see that again I am setting the weight to neighbor, and it is actually done on the routes that I receive from that neighbor. And I can do this in 2 different ways. You can see like this. And again, I am emphasizing on this fact that whatever you do is locally significant. It is not going to be advertised to other routers.